Hi, this is Gabriella, and I had a very powerful experience this weekend that I wanted to share with you because it is just that. It is powerful, and the insights that I have learned from this experience, I am going to be sharing in much more detail in this next book that I'm going to be writing shortly after the new year. Um, but the insights are so important for everybody. It's not just anyone that has had abuse in their life, but it's for everyone that has challenges or challenging relationships, situations in their life where you feel a victim and you have to go through this process of forgiving, and I want to talk a little bit about soul contracts with that because I believe a little bit different than some people do on forgiving. Okay, so I believe in soul contracts, and so what that is that we have chosen ahead of time our souls, what we're going to experience here on earth, and what other souls are going to come along our path to help us experience what we choose to. So as a result of that, let's just say we want to experience, as an example, forgiveness. Well, in order for us to experience forgiveness, we do need to have someone come along and do something to us that we might consider unpleasant, we might consider abuse, we might consider a challenge. And this something that is done by this person to us allows us the chance to grow, to forgive, to work through the feelings of the ego and unpleasantness, emotions that bring pain. And so as a result of that, if our soul chose to experience something such as forgiveness, and someone comes along to help us to experience that while in this physical body, help our soul go through this growth experience on both levels, human level and a spiritual level, then that soul that's come to bring this experience that might not be considered pleasant in that moment actually loves you very much to do that. So underlying everything is love. And this is what I have learned. I've already felt this, but this weekend I have experienced this on a deeper level. So you're probably wondering now, what deeper level is this? What happened? Well, when I was younger, I was what you consider sexually abused. Just touching from a stepfather. And I know many of you are probably surprised because I've never really revealed this publicly, but yet it happened. And I want to say that I had my own process through the years of in relationships of allowing myself to receive love, know that I deserve love, that I can give it, and also receive it, allow myself to receive it. So, of course, my journey wouldn't have been the same if it wasn't for that experience. And since I just mentioned about soul contracts, I strongly feel about soul contracts. Therefore, I had to readjust my perspective on what occurred, and that I wasn't a victim. This wasn't, quote, abuse in that way that the mind can see it. This was a contract and an agreement between our souls that we created this experience so that I could go through learning about love, learning about equal giving and receiving, knowing that I am worthy, knowing that there's nothing I ever did wrong in any experience, and many other things, but that's just, some of it. So, because I feel that way, I did a lot of my own healing too, because we are in these physical bodies, physical human bodies, even though we're spiritual beings. And so we do have these emotions that come up, and these ego perceptions that, is this okay? Holding these emotions that from the spiritual side doesn't make any sense to hold when we see this deeper perspective of how it really is from the spirit. So, that being said, this past weekend, this man is no longer my stepfather. My mother and him did have a split when I was 18 years old, and nonetheless, he is still the father of my sister. And this past Saturday, he passed away, Christmas Eve. And I already have had many experiences of communicating and connecting with those that have passed away. So I knew that that was going to occur. And I didn't expect it to happen so quickly after he passed. But I want to share with you the experience because it's a powerful one. What happened is I was talking to my mother on the phone when I got the news that he passed, and I remember feeling this deep, unconditional love from my mother. There's nothing else there, only love that I feel. This love that has deepened over the years. And I felt that. And as I was on the phone, I started feeling something coming up in my throat, like I was going to have to release something. And so when I get off the phone with her, I just laid down in my bed and I allowed whatever needed to come up, however it was going to come up, to come up. Any connection, any communication that was going to occur to happen. And what happened was I felt this flow of energy throughout my body. And what it felt like, I can say, is if you have ever seen a movie where someone passes away. Well, what happens is you kind of see the body that is now without the spirit. And the spirit just kind of goes through the body and just releases this force like that. That's what it felt like in my body. And it felt like this huge, heavy weight had been lifted. And my body felt so much lighter. Of course, through this process also there were tears coming up. There was emotions coming up, though I was not attached to them and I knew that they were not mine. But they were coming up and I allowed the emotion, energy and motion to flow through me. And then I felt I needed to communicate. So I put my hand on my heart and one on my womb. And I expressed to this man that there is nothing to forgive. That all I feel and all there is love. There is only love. And I thanked him for the experience that we shared in together, because my journey and all my relationships wouldn't have brought me to who I am right now, what I feel right now, my whole experience of love in this deeper way, if it wasn't for that experience. So I thanked him for it. And then after I did that, as soon as I expressed that, and that energy went from my body, I felt this immense field of peace and love. And it was almost like it was surrounding me, like I was being embraced by this deep love and peace. And of course that made more emotions come up, right? Feeling a lot more emotions, and so I allowed that to come through. And then what then happened was I saw even deeper, and I saw more fully the truth of our human experience. I saw the truth of it, and I saw that really all there is love. Underlying everything is love, even when the ego and the mind tries to see it another way. It is only love. And I felt that beyond the perception and believing in it, but I really felt it. And because I felt that, all of a sudden I released the pain collectively for us of holding on to things that maybe someone has said, or regretting things, just a challenge in relationships, whatever someone has ever thought of us, or anything like that. I released it. I released it through my body, and again, energy and motion, allowing the emotions to come through and feeling it. So what then happened is I came to this full realization that it's pointless. It really is pointless, and I want to share this with you. This is a huge insight that through this whole experience I received. It is pointless to hold on to things. I mean, we have such a short lifetime, and there's so much that we can experience here, and there's so much love that can be shared here, that, with ourselves, with each other. And I truly felt that the only thing that's important is to focus on the love. Whenever you feel a challenge, whenever you have a situation that feels like an abuse, then definitely allow yourself to feel it, because feeling the emotions are one of the most important things that you can do. That is, healing comes from feeling the emotions instead of stuffing them down, keeping them inside. So feel the emotions, but allow yourself to see the bigger picture. And why is this challenging for me? What is coming up in this moment? What is feeling unpleasant? What can I learn from this? What can I heal from this? How can I take this experience and bring it into my life and help myself as well as others? Really, we are here to give love to ourselves and feel this deep love for ourselves and then extend it to others. This is ultimately completely why we are here. And the many tools and the many experiences that we have offered to us through people that come along our path, situations that come along our path, is so important. And we have contracted with those souls to come in contact when we do for certain reasons, and it's up to us in those moments to determine what are those reasons. What are those reasons? And once you know those reasons, then what can you do with that? What is that experience, that relationship, those emotions offering you? And how can you bring that forward on your journey? I want to say that since this experience, I have a complete opening. It's like my crown chakra and my third eye have opened on this deeper level. And as a result, in every moment, I am always closer and more deeply connected on all levels that I feel with my twin flame. And this is really, love is the most important thing, and knowing that we are not separated from each other. We are not separated from our twin flames. We're not separated from every single person in our experience. We're not even separated when the spirit leaves the body. Death does not separate us, and there's nothing that separates us. We are always, in all ways, connected. And that is another huge insight to really bring into your experience in all ways, not just believing it, but really feeling it and seeing the deeper perspective of that truth. I'm going to be sharing more on this in detail, and there's going to be a link here. There is a link at the bottom of this video, an MP3 that you can download on this. And I want you to feel free to come to my website at emergingsoul.com. I'm going to write a blog about this also, and you're welcome to share your experiences, to post any questions, absolutely anything, any challenge that you've had in your life that you've maybe come to some insight that you want to share, or if you've had a similar experience and you want to share, then please do so. I welcome that, and it is totally open. I want to wish you an absolutely beautiful new year. This is a powerful year we're moving into, 2012, and I am so delighted to be connecting on all levels with my twin flame now and in this coming year, to share with you on so many deeper levels. And you, as you are joining with your twin flames, may you know that you are always connecting, and may you feel that you are always connecting in every moment. Whatever comes your way, every person, every book, every movie, every experience, the love that you extend to another, may you feel your twin flame with you in those moments, because that is the truth. And I want to extend a wonderful invitation to join me in this coming year on my website at emergingsoul.com. There are going to be many things coming through in the moment that I am excited to share with you. Thank you for listening, and peace and love to you.